Hi, I'm Dana with WholeHealthDana.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make yummy plantain chips. Now, I make these as a snack food. I use them to replace buying potato chips or tortilla chips. They're really awesome for dipping in guacamole. I can't stop eating them once I make them. So as you can see over here, I have a whole big pile of plantains, and that's because they're kind of time consuming and a pain to make, but the payoff is so worth it. So I buy as many green plantains as I can find at one time, and then just spend the afternoon making plantain chips. Plantains, you'll find them at the grocery store. They're usually around the same section that the bananas are, but you're looking for green ones. If they have started to turn yellow, if they're soft, if they are not like really super firm when you squeeze them, do not buy them for this project. It will not work. And if you are getting the yellow ones, they're going to stick together. They're not going to cook properly. They're going to burn. So it's really green, or wait until you find some green. So the first thing you do is you're just going to cut the tips off of them. And then you're going to just slice down the center. You just want to be able to basically score it so that you can get your finger underneath it, because you're going to use that to pry the shell off, the skin. And you're going to do that for all of them. Today I have 11. It does take a number of hours. But I do it anyway. But don't worry, I'm not going to show you all of the hours. I'm going to show you how to make one batch, and then I'll continue making the rest on my own. Now, I slice mine with my food processor. When I first started making them, I did try to slice them with a knife, and I found it very, very difficult to slice them evenly and to slice them thinly. So you might be able to use like a mandolin or some other sort of vegetable slicer. Maybe you're just better than I am, but I know for me that if I did not have my food processor or something that I could slice these evenly, I probably would not make them at all, just because the turnout wouldn't be that good. My food processor has a slicing blade, and it allows you to pick the different thicknesses that you would like. Mine, I can choose between 1 and 6, and I do about a 2.5. That comes out to about, I'd say about 1/8 of an inch. All right, so really easy to use. You probably know already how to use your food processor already, but I'm going to put them in the top. I've got an opening that's about that size, and I just hold it firmly in, and I hit the pulse button as it spins. When it gets far enough down that I'm no longer comfortable with my finger being that low, I'll use the top to press it down further. Okay, so once I've got them sliced, they're all even like that. As I use coconut oil, and I use a pan, a regular pan, something that's stainless steel without, any Teflon coating or anything like that. And then I fill it about, 1 inch high. And I let it heat slowly for a fair amount of time. On my oven, or my stove, that's kind of a medium to low setting. It's like a 4 out of 10. Possibly a 5 out of 10. Okay, so I just used coconut oil, organic coconut oil that I bought at Costco. And we are at our stove now. I've got the hot water in a hot oil in a stainless steel pan. It's probably been sitting here for about 10 minutes as I've been preparing and getting ready to go. So the first thing I do is I just drop in a piece of the plantain to see if it sizzles. If the oil is hot enough, it's going to start to immediately sizzle. Mine is. Okay, so that's where I've just dropped in a little piece of plantain to make sure it's hot enough, and it is. So I'm just going to keep dropping in, and I drop them in individually so that they're not sticking together. I don't want them to be clumped together when they're frying up in the oil. And then throughout this process, you're going to be continually adding more coconut oil as you need. I will warn you, it takes a lot of coconut oil, which is part of the reason why I use the coconut oil. I buy it in bulk at Costco just for keeping the price of everything down. Okay, so to strain these, I have a very large bowl that I have lined with paper towels, and that's just to catch the extra oil as I'm pulling them out. I also have this fancy little gadget. It has a little strainer on it. I found that at IKEA, and it has made this process wonderful. I can just dip in with that and pull out most of the chips all at one time. And then you can see over here they are frying up. And it's only been about 3 or 4 minutes now, so we'll give it a little bit more time. I might stir it a little bit in between just to make sure they're not clumped together. Okay, so once they are a nice good golden brown, I'll let you see in there, we're going to strain them out and put them in our bowl. Now the biggest mistake that people make with these is taking them out too soon. You feel like they're going to burn and take them out too soon. And this is a big mistake because in doing so you have probably left some plantains that are still got some moisture in them. So when you put them in a bowl or whatever you store them in, that moisture is going to kind of make them soggy and may make the others in the bowl soggy as well. If that happens, put them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and dry them out a little bit on the lowest setting in your oven for a while. But if you cook them long enough, that won't be a problem. So this is what they're going to look like when they are strained out, and then you will at this point just sprinkle some salt on top of them. Okay, so that wasn't hard, was it? When you're done, you'll have little crispy chips like this. They are hard. They're excellent. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of making your own plantain chips. And if you make them, we'd love to hear your comments below. And if you'd like to see more recipes, please come and see me at www.wholehealthdana.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, follow the links below. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.